Well, right on, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in effect. Thank y'all for hanging out with us this week. It's the Candid Corner, and we'll be right back. And we are back in effect, back in the building. How you doing, sis?
I do fine.
You doing fine? That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm doing fine as well, and the world is doing fine because a lot of the world is coming up on Super Bowl Sunday, and they're getting their hot wings and things together to make very delicious meals and such. Whether the game is actually watched or not, most of the time, people don't care about the game. They care about the snacks, they care about the liquor,
And the commercials.
and the commercials, and the halftime show. That's pretty much what it's all about. And then we can talk smack about whoever actually won later.
Right.
At least that's how I do my thing with the Super Bowls, unless the Giants are in it. Then it's a tad bit different. Because when we go in, we win. So, but enough about that little smacky smack of the talky talk that I actually like to do. There's a wonderful Twitter personality. Her name is Annie Agar, and I'm pretty sure if y'all know what I'm about to do, if you know Annie Agar's work. So she has the NFC fans meeting takeover. So check this out. This is kind of hilarious for those who are of the ilk, so to speak.
Okay, NFC, I'm expecting big things from you. We're going to kind of start in reverse, so instead of starting with the best, we're going to start with the Bears. Chicago, tough season. I can only imagine how well you're holding up. Okay, we've patched things up with Justin, right? You guys are getting
Justin
on?
Fields is like the best cornerback we've ever had. We're not going to trade him, right, guys?
Okay, moving on. Detroit, this ought to be good. How are you guys
Your
doing?
Super Bowl 58 champion, Detroit Lions.
Yep, that's what I expected. One quick note before we move on. I do not want to talk or hear about Tom Brady and his
Tom Brady's gone.
We finally beat Tom Brady. I guess that's why he retired.
You follow the script perfectly.
There are no scripts. Do not just
We won
disregard
enough
them.
games to make the playoffs. We also lost enough games that people think we'll be complete frauds once we get there. Nice job.
No, I won't be at the offensive coordinator meeting. Yeah, I'm pretty busy.
Well, that explains a lot.
We get to send Tom Brady into retirement while the Eagles make the Super Bowl.
What can I say? The
Oh,
truth
speaking of the
hurts.
Eagles, they also put together a PowerPoint you guys want to share really quickly. I hope it's very educational.
Go Birds. At least y'all did win the Super Bowl again this year, right? Am I right?
Hey, Broncos country, let's ride.
Look, they got video for us. Anyway, Seattle, yes, so you're
We
good.
traded our Hall of Fame quarterback, still made the playoffs.
And we didn't even write back.
What did I say, Nancy? This is the NFC.
Hey, Ryan, how's it going?
So the Seahawks getting me all wound up, so I wrote a song.
Anyway, no.
Can't get a first down. Can't stop them on
This
fourth
is
and
the meeting.
ten.
What are you doing?
No good on the ground. Passing's like pissing in the wind. firing Dennis Allen, right?
Listen, guys, this was smoke and mirrors all year
They're
long.
not firing Dennis
Alright,
Allen?
what is going on? Everybody,
New England, man.
Jimmy, no, do not leave. Everybody,
Hold
just
on.
let's
We're
calm
gonna
down.
go and we're gonna die.
Minnesota's choking again.
Okay, look, we're done. This is a great meeting, very, very productive. I think this season's good. Good luck to the Eagles, and everybody, just leave me alone.
I'm having trouble watching these plays.
Yeah, she's very, like I said, she's very humorous for those who follow. So, because she did the NFC, you know, we got to do the AFC, and then we can get off of the football topic and move on to something more jolly.
Next up, AFC. NFC went yesterday, and they set the bar very, very low.
Browns are here.
Speaking of the Browns, I trust you're working on your sobriety, like I said. Okay, we'll circle back. Let's start with the team more relevant.
We're in the Super Bowl again.
Weird that we were in the Super Bowl this year. I thought we were supposed to suck after getting rid of Tyreek.
Okay, you don't need to rub
But
it
the
in.
cool part is, Brittany and Jackson Mahomes have actually stayed out of the
I
news.
just want to make a quick statement about Tom Brady.
And here we
I
go.
just want to say it's been a pleasure to draft you and to teach you everything you know. You're welcome.
Just give you 5 minutes to
For the love of God, just change Eli Apple's Twitter password.
Nope, no, we already tried that. Okay. Did you guys listen to me at all? Have you tried block? Oh, wait, never mind.
Oh, hey there, Eli. Crazy running into you here.
Buffalo's taking this very
Oh yeah, at least you still have your offensive coordinator and GM.
Okay, what did I say about alcohol meetings?
We hired D'Amico Ryan.
I know, it's surprisingly very good for you guys. Okay, I said it's good. Why are you crying? I just said it was good.
Is this what hope feels like?
Okay, New York, your season was interesting. At the end of all this, we just really would like to know who was your quarterback.
Flacco will be a quarterback.
Perfect, okay, that's
Flacco's old. Zach Wilson will be a quarterback. Zach sucks. Mike White will be a quarterback.
I don't need the NFL scriptwriters to tell us, number one, we're still better than the Browns.
we have Nick Chubb.
Wait, who?
Yeah, it's supposed to be cold outside tonight, man. I'm about to run. Wait, we can run when it's cold outside?
And number two, that Tomlin's going to have a winning
Okay, you
season.
two, nope, you're done.
I got you.
That is so sweet. Did you see that, Lamar? Unfortunately, that will not be enough, though. Thank the Browns for that.
You don't know what's happening, so I feel like you should just go for it.
Wow, she sounds just like Brandon Staley.
Just ordering my new CJ Stroud, Will Levis,
Okay,
Bryce
next
Young.
up, Denver. I don't even want to know or care, but how are you? That seems right. Okay, moving on. Oh, look, Matt Patricia's here.
Derek Carr, Jimmy G, Colts jerseys, because who knows who our quarterback's going to be
Okay,
next
we're
year.
done. Lastly, I know there were some controversial calls, so to clear it up for you guys, I brought a ref on to the
I can
meeting.
tell you for a fact that the NFL is actually...
Oh, look at that. We're out of time. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the Super Bowl. Leave me alone, please. I'm very busy. Scripts don't write themselves. Next up, AFC. NFC went yesterday, and they set the bar very, very low.
And that was your headline heat for the week. As we know, Kyrie Irving was now traded to the Dallas Mavericks, so a lot of people in Brooklyn are very happy. A lot of people in Dallas are very confused. And LeBron still thinks he'll be able to get Kyrie in the offseason. So there's that. What's up, Big Lou? What's happening, sir?
Hello, world. Peace, y'all. How you doing? My bad for running late. You know, life happens, but I'm here.
Yes. This week he is Mr. Boom Bap. So, that being said, we are going to jump out real quick, come back after this quick commercial break with more Happy Birthday Hip Hop from the Candid Corner. Hey, Lou, we doing the throwback since she's new still.
All right. My friend, do you see this amazing shoe? This shoe is available at my website, come to wish.com. You can get this for $500. This is the sale. This is the greatest shoe you will ever see. If someone says I am lying, I do not know what they are talking about. You come and get my shoe at wish.com. $500 for one. $500 for the other. $1,000 for the whole pair. And that is a great sale, friend. What are you waiting for? You want to jump like LeBron? Fly like Jordan? Get the Air Pumbas? Put in code Hakuna Matata? To receive a 20% increase in price. Wish.com. Come and get the Pumbas for the shoe fits. Let's go, my friend. Oh, I have to go.
I hate you.
Remember Pumbaa from The Lion King?
I hate you.
Yes. Yes. Hate him too. That was him.
I hate you. I hate both
I
of
don't
you.
know who that was. It was some man selling his brand of Pumbaa sneakers.
Yes.
Who did that?
For the shoe feet.
Who did that?
It was me.
I hate you.
Yeah, wait. Yeah,
I hate you.
There we go. She said I hate you. Yo. As we know, hip hop's birthday is this year. Hip hop is affectionately, as my sister said, turned 30-20. It's a very yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's a very exciting time. The Grammys decided to do something which is kind of odd to me because number one, it's the Grammys and they have been
They tried.
but they've been opposed to hip hop since day one, kind of like MTV. So it was just weird. But you know what? At the end of the day, that is how impactful hip hop is. That the Grammys could not ignore it. I mean, to me, their celebration is not the celebration. There needs to be more.
Yeah.
Freddie Fox even said it on a tweet earlier today. He wants to see a 2-hour show. You know what I mean? Like something where it really encompasses the writers, the DJs, everybody in hip hop, not just the platinum selling artists.
The DJ, the dancing, the pop blocking, the break dancing, all of that is hip hop.
The tenants, all of the tenants.
The ignorance that is the Grammys, and no shout out to Quest Love. That tribute just displays the ignorance of people that really don't understand that hip hop is a culture. It is not just music. It has never been just about music. Because if you were really going to truly do a tribute, there would have been, even if it was a minute long, a DJ battle. Or again, where were the break dancers? Where was
dance? Did y'all see the end of B Street?
Yeah. That's
a celebration.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so, but again, this is the Grammys. You know what I mean? You don't expect them to, at least I didn't. I didn't even watch, to be perfectly honest with you, because I'm waiting for VH1 Hip Hop Honors or something to do.
It was the Grammys, but Quest Love now had, I don't know, had Brad Chadwick, been in charge of putting it together.
Brian Wanamaker.
Right. It made it worse.
I don't know, because I've literally heard other perspectives that differ from that. You know what I mean? From some artists that actually really appreciated some of the things that he did on the low during that thing to highlight some underground hip hop.
Oh, what happened on the low that we didn't see? What happened on the low?
Oh no, it was there. Again, I'm not. I didn't see it, so I don't necessarily have a vibe either way. But I just don't. I just do feel like some folk did find some hip hop enjoyment in it. You know what I mean? But it was again. The unfortunate part is we always talk about the artists and the music, and we hardly ever talk about the whole. So I put together a little something. Now this is when Lou and I was doing this show a few seasons ago, we had what we call the Hip Hop Corner. And so in the Hip Hop Corner, that's when we talked about, all the good things that were going on with the culture and stuff like that. So this is the intro to that. And I figured since we're talking about it, we might as well just go back to that and then jump in from there. It's time to talk hip hop. Classic hip hop. Modern day hip hop. The state of the culture. This is what it is. It's hip hop time. ladies and gentlemen, we are definitely expecting Be Love from JVC Force. He should be popping in at any moment. And we definitely also have a great conversation with MC Turntablist J Live, and that's coming up a little later on in the show. You know what I'm saying? So right now, like I said, we're just giving a good tribute and showing our love to hip hop uh, as a culture, a full culture, not just as something with a tiny little bit of otherness, and it's all like just rapping or rapping and singing nowadays, but or auto tuning and wording and things and such. But even better for me rambling about stuff, I'm very excited to have, ladies and gentlemen, from the group JVC Force, straight out of Strong Island, we have in the building Big Brother, Be Love. What's happening, bro? What's going on? Be Love in the building. What's happening?
Welcome, OG.
What's going on, gentlemen? What's happening? Good night, good night.
And lady.
And young lady.
Yes. Matter of fact, B's been on the show a couple of times, graciously. We have a new host. This is Tina Thomas Perez. Be Love.
Good night, Tina.
Hello, how are you?
Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
So B, man, how you been? What's going on? How did you feel about the Grammy presentation for hip hop's birthday, and more importantly, how do you feel about hip hop turning 3020?
Man, hip hop just in itself turning 50, man, it's exciting. You know, when you sit back and you think of where it came from, and you realize, and you think about it, and you say to yourself, you know, where we brought, 50 years ago, how we introduced the culture. That truly was something that was done by, the street. Hip hop artists made records and stuff like that, spoke about urban America at that time, hard living. But for the most part, hip hop was made by the people in the street, what they adopted as their lifestyle. Watching the Grammy show, man, it was exciting for me, man. Seeing a lot. I was happy that they were able to take it back from the beginning. You got a little flashes on the beatbox. Took it all the way up to the end with Busta Rhymes. And then even, rightfully they gave young folks some life, with, their style of hip hop. And I feel like it was pretty well rounded, but most of all, importantly, big shouts out to people like LL and stuff that, really brought Rockabell's radio to,
right.
Bring all of this stuff back to life. And, all the big contributors in hip hop that helped bring it to this form, but most of all the people that adopted the style and, took on the music to make it as big as a genre. It feels good. It feels good to everybody that's been involved. It feels good to the people that supported it. Everybody played a role for it to come this far.
Right on, man. Mm-hmm. So, I know I've asked you before, but we got new audience, new people today. So, when did you fall in love with hip hop, B?
I pretty much fell in love with hip hop in 1973, man, when it came out. I was about 4 or 5 years old at the time. When hip hop came out, what I really recall about it was that as a music and as an art form, no matter who you were, in the urban cities and Long Island or wherever you were at the time, I was still in Brooklyn. Hip hop ran through your veins, man. It was like something taking over, It was like the new religion that hit the streets. You seen crews do it if you were young. You seen the older guys doing it. So as it traveled on, I mean, it's something that just really took everybody over. In my lifestyle, in my lifetime, pretty much when I was about 5 years old and I first seen hip hop, right? Funny enough, I started dreaming about it. I started dreaming as a child, right, that I had this big old set, like a block party type set that I seen the big guys with in the city. And, You know, as the years went on, you know, I watched rap music go from lyrics where guys was like, you know, saying things like from coast to coast and from sea to sea, I'm the rapper, that's the and I seen it go to the trends of the Big Daddy Kane to KRS-One becoming more sophisticated, where it became challenging. The most, some of the most important things that I've seen out of hip hop was the ability that it gave a lot of folks to um, put songs together. There's people out there that, you know, they weren't the best in writing, but, you know, again, hip hop taught them how to put words together. It's somewhat self-educated. You know, and as a, like I said, as a culture, you know, it did, I think it did the same thing for all of us, man. It possessed
Right
us,
on.
you know.
Like, I know a whole bunch of MCs that was grabbing thesauruses and dictionaries, not even rhyming dictionaries, just straight up dictionaries. The more words they could learn and what they meant, the iller their verses could be. So, yeah. Now, you said you was up there in 73, 74, and then watching them with the big speakers and everything. Tell the people about the graffiti side and the b-boying, because that, a lot of the time we spent a lot of time talking about the artists and the music, but there was so much more, and it was all coming together at the same time, and you right there in the middle of it. Tell us how you felt seeing all of that.
You know, at that time when I was growing up at that time, we were still living in Canarsie in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So my parents were looking for a house in Long Island. So one of the things that I really, really recall was coming down the Belt Parkway where it used to be like Aqueduct Raceway. I think now they put the casinos and all of that stuff there. And as you're coming off and you're getting ready to go into like Queens, there was like a big bridge there, like an underpass.
Okay.
And I always remembered every time we went under that underpass, the biggest writing on it was the word Dondi. Remember Dondi?
Ah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the first. When it comes to graffiti,
So
because
you
again,
saw original Dondi pieces.
yeah, and I seen them on the bridge and stuff like that. Now, understand something that like at that time, that was like 19. We moved to Long Island about, I think it was about 1973, 1974 from Brooklyn. So understand, like going through and coming from Long Island after your parents might look for a house and we're going back to Brooklyn into the 90s.
Right.
You go through and you see those things. So already understanding what the hip hop is, you start to see this writing on the wall that really only like is it's really only sometimes that you can see it like in the black neighborhoods, but in your eyes it starts to look like art. So coming through that bridge, truthfully, the first name that I remember that was tagged on that bridge, and it was big. It was Gandhi, and rest in peace. But that's the first I remember. And then going through the years, like I always tell people, man, the most beautiful way to see the city, man, is to take a train ride.
Yeah.
Everything is graffiti. To me, it's art. It's always been something that possessed me also, man. I think for anybody that was in the hip hop, right, that rapped or DJ'd or whatever you did, you tried to do some tagging.
Fair. Everybody was
You know,
tagging.
everybody was
Everybody in
tagging.
a notebook or something.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's tagging wasn't the
Hey,
greatest,
when we were
but
kids
I'm
over
sure
in Germany
sometimes.
trying to tag too in
Yeah,
the mid 80s.
everybody's writing wasn't like some people I know. Like I seen, you know, the tagging for them. It was like it was really, really art. And then as time defined itself, I started to realize that cats were either one of you know pretty much the elements. They were a DJ, or they were an MC, or they were a graffiti artist, or they were really a break dancer. A lot of the break dancers, you know, they and you know, a couple of the DJs and stuff, you know, they were tied to the graffiti and stuff like that. But them guys that really focused on graffiti, I mean, you know, they took it very, very seriously, and some of those guys had some nice lighting. And like I say, in the urban city, when I walk down a block, man, and that's on the side of a wall, to me, I feel like it's art. You know, I don't feel like I know why anybody wants to take it off. It's part of what defines us.
Right.
Um,
I
but
agree.
again, you know,
It's because they didn't understand it.
Right.
right,
And
Right,
that's where
sis.
the misunderstanding and or even worse, the unwillingness, right,
To
to
understand, yes.
understand it. Like
Yes.
the music was compared to garbity gook and garbage because they didn't
Mm-hmm.
understand it. We tend to
Mm-hmm.
right,
judge what we don't understand. So that is the entire hip hop culture. They didn't understand our music. They didn't understand our art. They didn't understand why is he spinning on his head? That's not dancing. My
mhm,
day, this was dancing. So the whole culture at one
Right.
point was, if it was up to them, would have been thrown in the trash because they didn't understand it. It didn't count. It didn't matter.
right. You
And
know,
that's that. Go.
the capitalization of hip hop, it started in a whole lot of different forms than just like I think what we know as the NWAs and things like that. I think when it came to breakdancing, since we're talking about that, a lot of the breakdancers out of New York City from the popular crews capitalized a lot of times. I don't know if anybody ever realized, but they all became a part of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, and that's how they got to go to a lot of places they were at. The
Right.
circus used to have breakdancers.
Yep. I
And
remember
some of
that.
New York's most popular breakdancers now to modern time live in places like Germany and different places because again, through the breakdancing, where like she said, people sometimes felt like it was foolishness to spin on your head. Somebody decided, hey, look, I could capitalize on this. And the
Mm-hmm.
breakdancers got to go live in different countries. And they were away so much that they were not as exposed to New York as they were by birth. So now,
Right.
like I say, I know a lot of break dancers, and they live in foreign countries now as a
Right.
result of being exposed. So the culture itself was something that, you know, as years went on, everybody found a need to want to capitalize on it. And again, black folks may not own hip hop anymore, but hip hop is the one and only thing that black folks went ahead and originated and created. So again, you can own it all you want to, no matter what color you are, but you still need all race of people. You still need all races of people. Basically, you need the hip hop nation of all color people
Mm-hmm.
to even understand where the culture is gonna go.
Bang.
Right.
You know,
Bang.
so you know we gave it away in a sense, but in a sense we still own it because we live it. And again, I'm very proud to see it hit 50 years old. I know a lot of our parents didn't think, again, when we were cutting up good times all day long, that
Right.
Mm-hmm.
it sounded like anything other than that.
Y'all
But
better
again,
turn that stuff off. That ain't no
yeah,
music.
yeah,
50 years later, yes, it is. And it's an indelible part of the American fabric.
It's global.
Word.
yeah.
Word.
New York hip hop. I just have to say, and I give credit to anybody that really, really does hip hop. But you know, three verses, three verses, three choruses, and a boom bap really keeps you in condition to be able to take a stage in your 50s. Um,
Bang.
I was proud to see so many New York artists that have age on themselves like me, or even like older, still get up on the stage and be able to like look nice and polished, and most importantly, look like something that it was looking like something that they absolutely loved all their life and they were proud of.
Right
Again,
on.
Right
I'm
on.
just proud of the little part that I had in it, but seeing it all my life. Again, whether you are an artist or you had a chance to make a record deal or something, you if you love hip hop, man, I mean, you was a spectator, so
Right.
we all played the same role.
And brother, we definitely appreciate your contribution to
Thank you.
the culture. We appreciate your friendship here at the show. And ladies and gentlemen, be love of JVC Force. Now, be love, before you bounce out, I know you just had a reunion of sorts. And tell the people what's going on, if you got anything new dropping, where we can find it, what you're doing.
35 years of JVC Force. Again, we want to thank all the people out there. from day one that started off with us, repping Strong Island and New School. Um, Stayed with us for 35 years. It's a honor and a privilege to be here. We can only again be here by like the graces of God, and the people that took time. Right now, these days, man, I'm simply running my businesses and stuff like that. Just living life.
Right on.
Just living life, trying to be good to folks and stuff like that, man. And I can be reached at any time at B Love of JVC Force on Instagram, B Love on Facebook, all platforms pretty much. But right now, like I said, we're just doing what we've been doing, man. We're still heavily deep into the Slang Smith brand. We have, the new lines coming out for the spring. We got the new line. Of course, we got the hoodies out now. I see you got on the JVC
Go on.
still going. You see, we thank
Slang
you, man.
Smith, baby.
What else?
Thank you.
I was running a little late, so I couldn't get in proper uniform.
I'm hating. I'm hating. Show's over.
Yeah. Well, we got to make sure that we send you over some Slang Smith, mama.
Bang.
Appreciate
We'll make
that.
sure we take care of that, no doubt. But other than that, like I said, man, I'm just I still have the Get Down Lounge, you know what I'm saying? We still have the mobile DJ service and stuff like that, taking events. Just quiet with business and stuff, man. And just most importantly, man, just living life and enjoying it. Trying not to put too much stress on myself, man. But just,
I
living
hear
life.
that. Yo,
Loving
and you
people.
deserve all the flowers you get. We thank you so much, my brother. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll talk to you soon.
Salute.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen,
everybody.
be love. Strong Island.
Peace, OG.
That was awesome. I love having him on this show, man. I mean,
Run me your
man.
shirt, whatever.
Yes, ma'am, I got you.
Yes,
But
yes.
I mean, dude, from '73, and that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? From '73 on up. You know what I mean? He's got the history. He's been there.
Yeah.
He knows. He's seen it, smelt it, all of that. So I really appreciate that perspective, and he's just a good dude, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we will be right back with more and more hits. Come on and get your brand new pair of Timbs. That's right, Timbs. Everybody in New York got Timbs. Everybody everywhere, the work boot of the streets is Timbs. Get your Timothys at every bootleg store right now. Only $9.99. Word, get you some Timbs.
Well,
Big salute, this the one and only General Steel representing Bucktown, USA, Smith & Wesson, PNC boys for life. And I'm here to give mad love to hip-hop on its 50th birthday. We celebrating 50 years of hip-hop culture. They try to shut it down, but it's gonna live forever and ever. Salute, hip-hop. I am hip-hop. Big shout out to the Candid Corner, my brother Fahim. Keep the fire lit, baby. Hip-hop forever.
And we are back.
Big shout out to General Steel.
Yes, big shouts to both Tech and Steel. Thank you all very much. We appreciate it. Steel was trying to come through tonight, but he's actually at a hip hop birthday celebration out in the world right now. So, I'm just blessed that he had an opportunity to just drop that for us. So, enough respect, dude. And very, very, very much appreciated.
I really wish I wasn't running late, or else I'd be able to go through my library and get out his book, y'all. His recent book. It came out. Go to his website. Check it out. It's worth the read.
Dang, man. Do you remember the name of that joint, man?
I was about to say, what's the name of it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to be over here all unprofessional going through my
Wait,
stuff.
which one wrote it?
After the show.
I can Google it. Let's Google
Well,
it.
the good news is we've got J Live's interview next, and that's going to run for a few minutes. So while that's running, you could literally go and find it. And unless you don't know where it is, then we just in trouble. But, ladies and gentlemen, from earlier today, because you know we do it like that. J Live. Yo, yo, yo. You know what it is. Happy birthday, hip hop. It's your main man, Coach Five, in the building. Got a little special surprise for y'all tonight. You know what I mean? So let's just welcome everyone's favorite, everyone's brother, one of the best cats I know, J Live, in the building.
What's good, man? Thanks for having me. What's good, brother?
Nah, blessings, man. I appreciate you coming, man. So first and foremost, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Can't complain.
All right. Like I was talking to you about in the green room, if you guys don't know, J Live is doing a wonderful stream of his DJ and turntablist skill sets. And I happen to catch it on Facebook, yes, because I'm old. So, you know, when I go visit, you know, when I want to check in on my cousin and them, I go to Facebook. Yes,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen, I do that.
Right. Facebook is the new Black Planet for our generation.
It really is. It really is the new Black Planet, for real. That's funny you said that, too. Wow, Black Planet.
Since we're aging ourselves, I think I take it there.
Oh, I'm proud of it, too, because that was a good era. If y'all don't know about the message board era, that's your fault. Big shouts to OK Player.
Word. That's sight.
Yeah, that hashtag. All right, so we all know we've been celebrating hip hop. If hip hop is as my colleague says, 30-20. And we're very happy for the 30-20. Yeah, she crashed me up with that.
Took me a second.
Yeah, right. 30-20. Wait. Okay.
Yeah, it's like my mom was 36 my whole life.
There you go. For a long time, I said that I was celebrating the 20th anniversary of my 40th birthday, of my 20th birthday. You know what I mean? Like, okay, that's a cool way of saying 40. But now I'm not even that, so I got to come up with, 30-20.
Hey, man.
So, when did you, taking it back to Sidney Dean and Brown Sugar,
okay,
when did you fall in love with hip-hop?
Oh, man. I would have to say probably around the age of 11 or 12. So we're talking 87, 88 for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's wild, too, because I spent a lot of my summers, my elementary years and my early years in South Bend, Indiana.
Wow.
And what's even wilder is my time in New York in my very, very early years was more WPLJ Z100, if you know the vibes.
Okay.
You know,
rocker.
So the hair band, so to speak.
Right.
So I ain't really get into hip hop.
Imus in the morning. Wow.
Oh, not an Imus guy, but just so my mom had me in a sports club where we would go to Randall's Island and play baseball.
Okay.
And,
I know the spot.
And the van driver would always have stuff like that playing. So like Van Halen and Def Leppard and all of that. Okay. So that's just what I was exposed to, you know what I'm saying? But when I switched from elementary to junior high, I went to elementary school on the Upper West Side, this Presbyterian school. And then I went to Central Park East for junior high and high school.
Okay.
So that's, 106 in Madison, right there, like the Wall of Fame, you know what I'm saying, where the Tat Crew put up a lot of stuff. And, that was kind of my immersion into hip hop, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? Because that's, it was a very, very much a paradigm shift and a cultural shift musically. So, playing ball everywhere from, 96 from First to Asphalt Green to you know what I'm saying, Metro North and Rupert Towers.
Okay.
And that was
balling.
I wasn't balling. Nah, not at all. but I was,
got game over there and
oh yeah, I used to do. I don't know if you remember Bucks tournament or like the PAL and things of that nature. So
big PAL dude.
Yeah, but I was like the you know the 12th man on the championship team. I used to joke, you know what I'm saying? I get like
Right,
you know, like I'd average maybe, you know, 3 rebounds and 2 free throws a game or something, you know what I'm saying?
I got minutes though. I was a part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So no, it wasn't like that. I wouldn't even front. But I was, you know, I was around that, so it was a lot of fun.
That's
you know,
cool.
I'm glad Nike put back out the Olaf shorts. You know what I'm saying? I got my Olaf shorts back.
There you go.
But so that's really when I was writing my first rhymes and you know, messing up my mom's stereo to get my first scratches in, you know what I'm saying? And then starting the pause mix and had the little, you know, I had a whole setup. Like you see the little studio in the background here.
Yes.
So you got to imagine how it started was like a boombox with the little hole in it with the internal microphone, right?
Yes.
And the little Gold Star stereo system with the CD tape radio.
Nice.
And then like say maybe an Iowa Walkman with one of them little Sony triangle speakers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I would pause mix on the boombox on the double deck. And then take the beat that was pause mixed and put it in the Walkman and play that through the triangle speaker. And then put a record from Nobody Beats the Wiz on the Gold Star turntable.
Right.
And then I would go from tape to phono. Right?
Yes.
So like, you know how basically the Gold Star had like a little dial on it that would go like phono, radio, tape, phono.
Phono, right.
So I was using tape phono as my little fader to kind of get my hand coordination. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And it was like a little platter or whatever. So I'm like tape phono, put my little cuts on. So you got like on my desk, you'd have the Gold Star speaker playing the cuts, the triangle speaker playing the pause mixed beat, and then me and my peoples huddled around the boombox, catching it all in that little internal microphone.
Wow.
So you'd even hear the street in the background.
Right. Wild gritty.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, wild gritty. You know what I'm saying? So that was my first recording experience, and that's like, you know, maybe around 13, 14.
Yeah.
So that's,
I mean,
you know,
that's wildly similar to me and my peoples.
No doubt.
Wildly similar. My cousin Sean, big shouts, Sean Brown. He's a fireman out here in Jersey doing great things.
Right.
You know what I mean? He used to pause mix all the damn time. I mean, but that's how we would get our instrumentals to write to.
Yeah. Straight up, man. And, you know, I was recording the radio, so it would be the Red Alert on Kiss FM at the time, or
Mr. Magic and Molly
it was
Moore.
Chuck Chill Out on Fridays, Red Alert on Saturdays on Kiss.
Yes, on
and
Kiss.
Then BLS had Molly Moore, and then eventually it would go on to be like Pete Rock and Molly Moore.
Yes, with Future Flavors and all that.
Yeah, Future Flavors, you know,
Yes,
and then
sir.
also, you know, Special K and Teddy Ted on 105. You know, and that's before I really got on the scene. And it's funny, man. Shout out to my brother Lamel, because even back when I was in high school, and I would take my turntables when I had my turntables. Once I got my Tech 12s, you know, from doing my summer job at Mount Sinai Hospital.
Okay.
Where I would run into Fat Man Scoop. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And so you got a picture. I'm taking my turntables up to City College and rocking with Lamel on WHCR, Hardcore Righteousness. Shout out to him and Kwame. And this was, you know, before I'd even putting out records and stuff. So that's my history right there. You know, the love happened somewhere in between all of that. You know what I mean?
That journey, man.
Yeah.
And again, you started early. I started early. You know what I mean? There was a work ethic. There
Absolutely.
Was a drive, and it was like you were more than anything else in the world when you got that bug to go do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't matter what else you was doing. Like, me and my friends, we walk home from school about a good 20, 30-minute walk. We freestyling all the way home every day. We started off with like 2-liners, little 1-liner joints, you know what I mean? And then we ended up doing like 8 bars, 16-bar verses, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We just, every day we added. I used to liken it to, remember New Jack City, the very beginning when the
around fire?
Singing? Yeah.
Was trash can fire? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what we was doing.
You could blend that in with the 5 heartbeats. Nights like this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's what we were doing, and
No
we were
doubt.
going to the local VFWs or the auditorium, the school auditorium, or the church basement joint, wherever we could rock a mic at. That's where we was going.
That's dope, man. See, for me, it was the cafeteria battles in the school, man.
Them two. Oh,
I had a couple of rivals, you know, and it would just be cats huddled around our table, you know, and we was actually writing about each other, like straight up, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even freestyle. It was just like, you know, I did my homework, come through with props and all kinds of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I gotta defeat you. Yes.
Yeah, those are the days.
I mean, you brought up rivals, man. The funny thing about me and my rivals, they got on my... I used to get on their nerves. Because they would have writtens. I wouldn't.
Oh, you freestyle straight up off
I
the head?
would battle them off the top every single time. That was my discipline. Because my written was for songs.
Right.
So I write concept stuff. So if you take it out of context, it may not rock the same as when you hear it with the rest.
Of course, yeah.
But it don't mean it's weak. It just means that that's for that.
Yeah, time and the place. For sure.
So, and as you said, sizing them up. Whatever you got on, whoever you with, whatever car you pulled up in, it's a rap for you.
Nice.
And while you doing these witty metaphors, but they gotta connect because you spitting from a written. Every bar I'm at is about you.
Like on your neck. On your neck.
Oh my God. And I am one of those cats. I was really good at freestyling. I don't stutter. I don't repeat words. A lot of the time, and back then, when I was really, really hungry and on it, my discipline was to sound like it was written.
Of course.
So, you know what I mean? I couldn't be pausing too much and hum and it got to be crispy.
Man, it was so funny. I remember in college, you know, I used to freestyle a lot with you know, the same crew, just different cafeteria, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know, different heads, but I used to pick up on how everybody would have their crutch, you know what I'm saying? Like the thing that they would fall back on when they didn't have something, what they would know what they wanted to say. Like one of my friends was always, listen to me rock. And another one of my friends is, I effing, you know what I'm saying? I could picture it now. So like a lot of times, because I would flow off the head a lot too,
right?
But not really to battle. Me flowing off the head was just for fun. And then by the time I was, you know, going around promoting records, I would always just use the written as a diving board to start with a written. And if the written was 16, I might end up rhyming for like 70 bars and just keep going. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Okay.
But
to
yeah,
kind of get you loose.
Yeah, because you know I always looked at it like, you know, when cats was talking about freestyle has to be off the head, and I'm like, bro, if you ain't got enough bars, just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wrote, I've stayed writing, I got books. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if we go on verse for verse, you're gonna run out of verses before me. And even if I run out of verses, I still got off the head. You know what I'm saying? But it was like I wrote this. I want you to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So,
now here's what's that's funny because and mine was always for the simple fact.
Yeah, the crutch. Everybody had to have a crutch.
You know, had something to wheel it back when you ran out of the one quick thing that you're gonna have in your head. You gotta wheel it back.
It just gives you a little time to reset.
But my thing was, I used to rhyme fast, like Jazzo.
Yeah.
And Original Flavor.
Man, remember that first Jazzo album? The one with Hawaiian Sophie on it? Like, people remember Hawaiian Sophie, but that whole album was hard.
Fire. Yo, Jazzo was deep, intellectual. The beats was hot.
Man.
Dude, man. Big shouts Jazzo, straight up. And so that's how I used to rhyme. Them, Original Flavor, you know, early Jay-Z.
Yeah. Can I get open? You know it, no doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but my rhyme style is wild, intricate too.
Okay.
So I remember one day I spat like these 2 verses. I thought I wrote the Exodus. I thought I wrote God language. You know, I had tablets.
The opus.
Yes, yes, Lord. And I spat them to my brother Paul Cash. He's in Hawaii right now chilling. Big shouts, Paul.
Nice.
And he did not elicit the reaction.
He was just like,
Yo, that's yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Yo, that's fire. All right, that's cool, man. Good job. And one day I was out in college. I was in community college. It was in front of the building. One of my rivals wanted to air me out in front of Shabam Sadiq and them. Like,
Oh, my dude.
Yeah.
He's out here now.
Yeah, I know. He down there by you
Yeah.
now. Yeah. We went to high school and community college together.
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
Yeah. So all of us, we was all like in little crew together, and we all had our little levels. You know what I mean? Bam was up here. I was trying to get up there, whatever.
Yeah,
and this
nice.
dude was like below us, but always tried to like come at me
All
for
right.
some strange reason. You're not getting your props up off me, fam.
Right.
That's not happening for you. So we get into it, and I'm eviscerating him like by the second verse. He's like, dude, nah, no more freestyles. Spit written.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how bad my freestyles were. It was like, please, enough of that. I gotta find a monkey wrench somewhere.
Right.
He didn't realize I had these two verses memorized. The
Oh,
ones
so he
that I
was ready.
shared with Paul. But I was
He was ready.
afraid to show him because of Paul's reaction.
Okay.
So I'm out here, now I'm butt naked, so I gotta do it.
Okay.
I spit the first verse, and now there's no beat. I'm out here, so I'm saying it slower.
Mm-hmm.
The reaction of those gentlemen, bro. Eyes got this freaking big.
It's like some Dragon Ball Z scene, huh?
Dude, it was like by the time it was done and he was wrapped up and on his way back to wherever it was he came from, Paul looked at me and said, "Where did you get those?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? These are the ones I read to you the other day." He said, "From now on, you don't spit fast no more.
Ah, okay.
You rhyme slow from
You
now
slowed down.
on."
Couldn't
Because
appreciate the bars.
Right. He couldn't
Gotcha.
catch everything every jab and every bar I would catch because my delivery was too quick for it.
Yeah, see, that's
the deep voice didn't help either. So that was like
no doubt. That's something I teach when I do workshops. Is just the idea that you need to be cognizant of, when you're writing, you need to have a tempo in mind.
Right.
Because depending on the tempo, if you have a slow beat, you're going to be able to fit a lot more into it phonetically. And if you have a fast beat, conversely, you're going to kind of want to leave space for your breath. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just styles make fights, so to speak. So
Fair.
It's always good to know. I know some people have played me songs that when the songs finally come out, they're actually a different tempo because they realize somewhere along the lines of production that it's better suited at a different tempo. So, when you think about that, when you're writing this, it's definitely a good look.
You hear that, future MCs? You hear that? That's gospel from one of the best ones to do it. So, while we wrap this up real quick, tell the people where they can find you, where they can find your work, where they can find you doing your sets, all of that.
It's real easy. The one-stop shop for all things J Live is my homepage, which is realjlive.com, REALJLIVE.com. And that's where you'll find, buttons for all the socials. So you catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff. It's the same at, just Real J Live. And, if you're just on whatever streaming services you prefer, just straight up J-LIVE. That's me. And you see the work. Been at it since 95.
Bang, bang. And been great at it since.
Appreciate it, man.
I mean, come on.
That's what's up.
Classic material, right? Yeah,
No
I
doubt.
think this is the first one I copped from you, matter of fact.
Okay, yeah, that's my second album. That's 2002. Shout out to John Coltrane. That's the first album.
So I got them both then. I got both the first and the second.
Yeah, that's
so
the first
I was
album.
one of your supporters.
There you go. There it is.
I hope you got a car off me.
Absolutely.
Dude. All right, so before we wrap up, you were mentioned in the big, beautiful...
Oh, yeah, the Grammy celebration.
Yes, the Grammy celebration, the big sign. You were there.
That was so dope, man, because not only you have all of those artists from all of these different generations, you know what I'm saying, and you got, Roots killing it, obviously, but the fact that, they had this big screen with just, all of the years of artists, you know what I'm saying? And to show a little love to a lot of the underground cats such as myself, you know what I'm saying? It's very, very much appreciated because that's probably the closest I get to any kind of Grammy recognition. You know what I'm saying? On
You
just,
never know.
well, I mean, you never know, but I mean, just, in terms of just the nature of the game and how it works, this reality is reality. So when you see, seeing names like the Arsonists and Tanya Morgan,
I'm about to say Von P and
Mountain
Tanya Morgan,
Brothers,
and
you know what I'm saying? Like that's a beautiful thing, man, because all of these artists are part of the fabric of what hip hop is, and you can't represent it, the full spectrum in its entirety unless you acknowledge that. So just the fact that I'm a part of that is beautiful, and I'm honored and humbled. But I just, my hat's off to everybody to put that together, to really take the time to do that, because that doesn't happen a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
no doubt.
Salute.
But again, Questlove, that
Of course.
site,
of course.
He blessed him.
Yeah.
Big cousin, right on.
Always.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap this up real quick. This was a great few minutes. I thank you so much, J God, for kicking
My
it
pleasure,
with
man.
us.
Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, of course.
No doubt.
And definitely support this man. Go get his older work. If you haven't heard it, go Spotify it. Go cop a CD. Yes, I said cop a CD.
Hey, there's cassettes too.
Yeah,
cassettes, vinyl, CD.
Yo, it's the physical is making a comeback.
There's novelty items, and then people are driving around old beaters with cassette decks and CD. You know what I'm saying? So it's beautiful. And then
now I will, my newest car, any car I buy, I will have a CD player. Or
there you go.
You're not getting my money. I got too much of a collection in that room over there to be sitting collecting dust. I gotta bump my CDs in the car, man.
No doubt. No doubt.
And yours is going in tomorrow on the commute.
Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's your main man Jay live in
Peace,
the
y'all.
building, helping us celebrate the 50th birthday
Hip
of
hop.
hip hop.
All
right, y'all. And now back to the show.
Peace.
Good morning. Here at Bookfire Farms, we were proud to present Spicy Jollof Rice. Fresh from the hills of Africa, Texas. We've got authentic African ingredients. Along with rice. America's favorite staple since colonial times. Come on down here and get you some of this Jollof Rice. Only takes 2 minutes to cook at hot water. Come on down. What is this? You're not having no jollof rice. Sir, I swear by the might of my ancestors, we will destroy your colonizer farm. Jollof rice. Available in stores everywhere.
Wakanda forever.
All right, who's responsible for that one?
You make jollof rice, oh? That is not jollof rice.
You say Buckfire, Texas? Buckfire Farms. Buckfire Farms. That's a t-shirt. I'm writing it down right now.
Buckfire Farms. Wow.
I promise you. When I show up one Tuesday with Buckfire Farms on it,
I'm gonna be mad because then I won't have one. You better send me one first. Don't worry, I'll cash app you.
is that 1 or 2 words? Is it compound word or?
It's a compound.
Okay.
Named after Cletus Buckfire.
Cletus.
Mm-hmm.
Cletus Buckfire Plantation. Ranch.
That's a t-shirt waiting to happen. Buckfire Farms.
And then you write plantation at the bottom and slash it out and put farms.
I'm on it.
Yo, wow. Yo, so far, man, this was a great show, guys.
Yeah, man.
Now, sis, I'm gonna throw some things up on the screen here because there was a lot of MC and musician talk. So I'ma show the people them what else there was. Cause
There we go.
this is what hip hop looked like when we was in it.
Culture. Yes. 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 There we go.
It's one thing, as an Army brat, I would love coming back home to the East Coast. It's one of the things I would look forward to.
Same.
There we go. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I still got my original name belt. What?
Wow.
What?
Notice the cool Mo D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. The rare picture without his sunglasses.
Yo, I want to know where everybody was getting these fresh daggone sweaters and jerseys and
Inglewood,
stuff done
we
up
had a
back
spot.
then.
We had a spot on Palisade Avenue in Inglewood. That's where I got my first name belt at. The heat press with the velvet letters.
Mm.
Yeah, they would make the T-shirts. They did the belts, all of that.
Wow. See, I wasn't in Jersey at that time, but that's hot.
Right on the alley.
Are y'all listening? That's hip hop fashion history right there, yo.
Yes, indeed. And
Get your
big
name
shouts,
belt.
Travis. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you, family.
Word.
So now,
What were you saying, Tina?
I said, yeah. If you've never heard of a name belt, Google it.
yes, I never got a chance to get one, but I always wanted one.
Oh, not the S.
Yeah. I mean, there is nothing more hip hop to me than that.
Right.
Damn it, S.
You couldn't tell me you wasn't tagging shit with that S.
For real, yo. That joint was so important. And it had to look like this when you was done.
Exactly.
Yo.
Bars.
You didn't have a fresh B-boy pose. You was whack, son.
Yo, you was whack, son.
Peep the laces. Peep the laces.
Peep the laces, ladies and gentlemen. And the belt. He was serious. He was serious.
You know what? That's something that I also miss. Like I look at these self-proclaimed sneakerheads today, right? There's no challenge in buying sneakers that everybody else has. Like that's what I loved about our culture.
Blue and cream.
Kicks. The culture of kicks back then was taking a pair of sneakers that, okay, or they might have been Adidas or Pumas or whatever, and making them your own.
Yep.
So, like, I want to like Jordans. I want to like a lot of kicks that everybody's going crazy over. But see, my problem is I don't like looking like everybody.
Fair.
Word.
So even if the three of us had the same suede Pumas, all three pair would be different.
It would have to be.
Even if we had the same colored laces, we would lace them differently.
Yep.
Like there was creativity.
Box braid, laces.
Right.
Like
everything we did was creative.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't about fitting in, it was about standing out.
Yeah.
Fair.
And we had the same supplies. We had the same Lee suits. We had the same shell toes. We had the same name belts. But you made it your own. I used to wear my name belt slightly to the side because everybody else out there's in the middle.
There you
go.
go.
You know what I mean? It's just we made it our own.
Right.
We took whatever we had and we made it our own. Our sneakers weren't $200.
That's literally what hip hop was. That's why we sampled today, because we took breaks from the records back then because we didn't have no affording of instruments and blah, blah, blah. But we had a passion for wanting to do something. So we turned.
In New York, they took the funding out of the arts program, so there were no bands.
Right.
And even if there was, like, here's the deal. Like, for example, perfect case in point. I have a great music for ear. I can't play shit on anything. You know what I'm saying? And you have a lot of people that are like that. Like, no, I can't sing. No, I can do a mean chopsticks. Ding, 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 ding,
so many of us are self-taught.
Ding, 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 ding. But I have an amazing ear for music.
Yeah.
So that's where hip hop and rap is great for those of us where I can't play shit, but I can take that beat and that rhythm and mesh them together
and make something beautiful.
Bang.
And find someone that's not whack, you know what I'm saying? And there you have it.
And then, soon as you put it out there, you're going to have a bunch of kids dancing to it.
Yep. Yep. If it's fresh, you're gonna get approval in the streets. Yeah.
Yep. And that's hip hop.
Yeah. It's funny because I still kind of do that to this day, and I got a story to piggyback onto that if we got time. Well, you know me, Al's always done his thing, and rarely do I come down to the surface world to participate in modern trends. So, young boy put me onto this new brand, I guess this pop, and he was like, "Yo, just go read the backstory. You might really like it." And I read, the creation of the brand and all that, and I really liked it. I dug it. Went to the site. I said, "All right, I'm gonna go support, the folks, because it seems like they're doing it right over there. And so I go there, and for one, I'm sorry, I'm a man of a certain age, so certain prices for certain styles of clothing, I'm immediately gonna give you like the come on, man.
Yeah, really.
So as I perused through all the stuff that I did not like, that was way too much for some, like some stuff I could have found in, never mind, I don't want to bash the brand. Anyway, they had an old school collaboration with like a 90s brand that I didn't even rock back then, but it was about the only thing that I was willing to pay for, even though I still thought it was overpriced.
You got name drop, yo.
And so I ordered the joint, right? The joint is already overpriced. Now they didn't jack me for shipping too. Not to mention, the shop is right there in New York City. You're one state above me, and it still took a week after you charged me all this money for UPS. And then the day it supposedly got here, it's not here. So, and at first I'm ready to Hulk smash because I'm like, since I moved to this neighborhood, they've been trying me. You know what I mean? But it's like I had to sit back and think after I calmed down. It's like all the packages I've gotten have never been taken, but this one has. It's still being the issue is still being resolved by UPS, but the site was talking about absolutely no refunds and all sales are fine.
What?
You got me effed up. Y'all gonna give me something because if I didn't just get scammed, then somebody better give me my money back because hell no.
Who is it?
Yeah, you gonna have to tell that now.
Come on, bruh. Initials at least? Sounds like. What does it rhyme with?
SS.
Well, let's just say they have a collaboration with Stussy. Remember Stussy?
Yeah, the skateboarder. Yeah. Interesting.
Oh, she gonna find it. We'll know by next show.
You'll know by midnight.
Wow. You know by midnight. This is a done deal, Lou. We gonna get to the bottom. So did you get your money back?
Like I said, the issue's still being resolved. So I have until Friday to hear something from them, and then I'm gonna call them back. Like, yo, what's good?
Well, hold their feet to the fire and Hulk smash their ass by Friday.
Indeed.
Wow. And
ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we gonna head out. I'm gonna play a little something different on the way out the door for the birthday. But thank y'all for hanging out with us for well over an hour. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a ball. It's your main man, Coach Five.
It's that dude, Mr. Boom Bap, also known as Mr. Lewis.
Oh, it's my turn. And Tina Thomas Perez.
You get better every week with that. I tell you, it's a wonderful thing.
Just go to the website, go to the YouTube, the Candid Corner. We
Okay,
right
my
there.
tribute to hip hop's 50th. Yep.
Yeah,
Don't hate.
That was fire.
Don't hate.
See y'all next week.
Peace and love, yo. We out.
Yo, hip hop has been a very, very important aspect of the African American, Latino, and at the end of the day, everybody's experience. You know what I mean? But coming from the humble, broken concrete streets that it came from to the multi-billion-dollar enterprise that the music side has become today. You know, at the end of the day, this whole thing came about in the early 70s, man. Everyone credits Kool Herc, and he did bring the block party together and the house party together where the entirety of the culture was birthed. But, you know, up until that point, they were still there just individually. The writers, you know what I mean, especially, and then the DJs, because there was DJs doing disco and other things, you know what I mean? DJ Hollywood and them was doing it big back then. So, you know, you got to remember the entirety of this culture, and it's a beautiful thing. So, you know, Coach Fa, on behalf of Indie Access and Candid Corner, Bordification, and all the other wonderful shows we're trying to bring to you, happy birthday, hip hop. You know, thank you for everything. You know, it's been everything to me my entire life. So, happy birthday, Coach Fa out.